What's up, everybody? I'm Rickey Jasper II. If you didn't know, if you do know and you haven't subscribed to my channel, then don't be selfish. Click that subscribe button, pretty please. We're in the fresh 413 Health and Fitness tank. What am I talking about today? It's gonna be the same theme that I've been kind of talking about on my Instagram, my captions and things of that last week, what I've been talking about in my Instagram captions last week, keeping the right people around you. Last week I put on a West Coast and East Coast shoot. I say it wasn't just me. So many people were involved, friends, family, 2 videographers, 2 different coasts, like 5 different shoot times in different locations. It was crazy. And what I realized was that there were so many people involved that blindly supported me. And I'm not saying everybody sees my vision, because I have things that I want to have happen that there's people who I could tell and they're like, wow, that's great, but they don't see it for themselves. They have their own vision for their life, but they support me and they're willing to be a part and they're pumped to be a part and they really want to push me. Those are the people that you have to have in your life. Those are the people that you need to keep around, because what I saw this past week was so many people put my needs first. They stopped what they were doing. They made sure that they were where they needed to be, when they needed to be, to do what they needed to be doing to see my vision come to life. And it's a crazy thing, because that's them giving. And by them giving, I was receiving, but I was also like, wow, that makes me want to give more of myself, makes me want to push harder, because the effect that they had on me was huge. How thankful I was, how stress-free I was, how confident I became in all of this. Everybody put me first, and it's something that you have to be around people who are willing to do that, and vice versa, you have to be willing to do that as well. I think too often we get caught up in a lot of comfortable relationships, a lot of comfortable situations. They aren't feeding us, they aren't growing us. You're not growing the other person, they're not growing you, and you're just there because it's comfortable. You know when the arguments are gonna happen, you know when the fights are gonna happen, you know when the ups are gonna happen, you know when the downs are gonna happen, but there's nothing that's really stretching you. And I really encourage you all, whoever's watching this video, to find the right people around you, because they will push you to a new level. Thoughts, what you think about, becomes action. Because if you constantly think about it, if you constantly focus on it, I think I've said it in another video, if you constantly think you're gonna have a bad day, you're probably gonna have a bad day, because all of your thoughts are going to act in that manner. It's gonna follow suit. And so, like for business and for 413 Health and Fitness and for the vision of these tanks and apparel and stuff like that, I'm constantly waking up every morning and my thought process is, okay, how can we make another piece of apparel come to life? How can I onboard a new client? How can I grow my business? How can I touch somebody else? And when I think about that, I'm like, okay, how do I reach people? Well, Instagram and YouTube seems to be one. So I'm like, my goal is like every week put out a YouTube video. And next month and 2 months after that, it's gonna be put out 2 YouTube videos a week. And then I'm like, okay, well, every day put out an Instagram post. Okay, when it comes to onboarding new clients, make sure people know what I do. And those thoughts become actions because I constantly think about it. Now, having the right people around you, it also goes to my next point, which is probably my last point, but who knows. When you have a thought of doing something, the thought of what you're doing is a seed. It's very, very small, it's very vulnerable, and it can grow into like the biggest thing ever. But if you have people around you who are negative, they'll crush the seed before it even sees its potential. A seed, once you plant it in the ground, it goes through its darkness periods, goes through periods where it has to basically like get drowned, water, it's against the rocks and everything, and then all of a sudden it sprouts out of the ground and it grows and it grows and it grows. But in that level of darkness, where that seed is growing, that's the most important, because that's where its that's where its roots are starting to basically manifest and root, I guess. So that's the most important part. And if you have people in your life who in your seed stage, in your most vulnerable stage, are not speaking life into you, they're gonna kill the root. And if you don't have strong roots, if you don't have a strong base, it's not gonna grow into anything. So get the people around you in your life that understand the vulnerability of that seed, that understand the vulnerability of what you're doing, and that basically care for it and take care of it and take care of you. Make sure that they are being positive, because when that thing grows and it blooms, it's like, whoa. You ever see a huge tree and you try to chop it down? It's like borderline impossible. So I say that because I really, really want you all to get the right people around you. I really want you all to be the right people. It's a challenge that I challenge myself to do every day. I try to be a better friend. I try to be a better family member. I try to be a better person to everybody out there, because that's the people that I want in my life. The people who are negative in your life, kick them out. You know, that's something that you have to do. It's a part of life. Everybody moves, grows up, and grows. So I hope this video helped you do that. If you guys want to contact me directly about anything, you guys can see the links in the bottom of this video. You'll see my email, you will see the website 413 Health and Fitness, you will see links to this tank, apparel, and also, what else? Online personal training as well. Hope this video helped. Keep saying maybe I don't. I am out. I'm going to work out with this fresh tank. I'm still so pumped about this, as you guys can see, but hopefully you guys have a great rest of the week, and I'm out.